We are back now. We won't have to end the stream. We're back and running, if you can hear me. All right. Okay, I think we're back now. Let me start moving my hands so y'all know we're here. Have to get everybody back. I hate when that happens because some people never come back after a freeze. Boy, I didn't even know Seth was here. Seth, how long have you been here? Seth has been here this whole time. Didn't even realize it. He's got a clothes hanger in his hand. Okay. If we're here, y'all can... Our internet just like dropped. We have a little chart we can look at. It tells how much internet we're putting in and putting out. And we completely dropped. So let me let everybody get back on. I hope everybody can hear me. I am going to go ahead and sell CCR to Jason Fornerat for $35 because that was done already. Jason Fornerat, you get this for $35. And the Way of the Dragon is a $45 buy it now. $45 buy it now. If you was waiting to do the buy it now on that, it's now a $45 buy it now.
That was the last claim.
Yes, John Young, you did get the Bob Seger. The last thing I had was John Young, Bob Seger. Bob Reiger was second. And then we had Sound Is Off, Feed Died, Feed Crashed, Froze Toes, Frozen Love, Frozen, Let It Go, Frozen on Seeger, Frozen, Yay, We Can Hear You, All Good Now, Back, Good Now, I Can Hear, Back Now, What Happened? Whoever wanted Bob Seger wanted me to have it back. How much did Bob Seger? It's already sold. John Young got the Bob Seger. What Happened? Test, I'm back. Brandon Jackson gets the Bruce Lee for $45. And how about I just go a few records back and start back while everybody's getting back on. So we had Kitaro, The Light of the Spirit, was $14.99. Also Sweetwater, Just For You. Sweetwater was $12.99. Roberta Flack, Quiet Fire. Roberta Flack was a VG copy, $9.99. We have the Blood Feast, $49.99. Shades of Deep Purple, VG, $9.99. Booker T and the MGs, Universal Language was VG plus $14.99. Little Brother Montgomery, Deep South Piano, VG plus $9.99. Friends, that was that compilation I was telling you about, EX Condition, $12.99. Frank Zappa Hot Rats is still available, VG plus $29.99. Hank Williams Jr. Living Proof, featuring I'll Think of Something. It's actually in shrink wrap, VG plus $14.99. And The Shadows of Night, Gloria. That was in shrink wrap, $49.99. It's an original 66 stereo pressing, EX $49.99. Jetstream wants the Deep Purple. That's sold to Jetstream. And Brandon Jackson got Bruce Lee for $45. All right, we had like 200 viewers when Facebook, or not when Facebook crashed on us, but our internet crashed on us. So I'm hoping everybody can hop back on very quickly. I've got a couple more Japanese pressings. A couple that, if we've had them before, I don't remember them. Let me go ahead and introduce these also while everybody is hopping back on. Sorry about the crash feed. That was just our internet provider dropped the ball there. Real Live, Bob Dylan. Near Mint Minus and Pristine Japanese pressing. Bob Dylan, Real Live. There's a Japanese insert. There's the other Japanese insert. This is in shrink wrap. It's near mint, cover, vinyl inserts, and of course the Obi because it's in shrink wrap. That's very cool. Bob Dylan, Real Live. That's a $35 start. Biggie Smalls has already sold. Yes, we've already sold Biggie. Next is Coconut Telegraph, Jimmy Buffett. Coconut Telegraph, a near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing. This is got the insert with it. It has a 2-page flip and a Japanese insert. This has a very nice cover with Obi, and this is also a $35 start. Jimmy Buffett Coconut Telegraph, $35 start on that. Twisted Sister. No word on Twisted Sister yet. We'll find out by the end of the week if that's authentic. No word yet, though. Okay, the Bee Gees Greatest, which is a 2LP. This is a VG copy for $12.99. The Bee Gees Greatest, a VG copy for $12.99. Chicago Transit Authority. This is the second label. The sleeve is damaged, but this is EX for $24.99. Chicago Transit Authority, EX copy for $24.99. The sleeve does have some damage. Evan takes the BGs. Marco was second. John Lill was third. Hart, the classic Dreamboat Annie. This is a VG minus. I repeat, a VG minus, $9.99. Dreamboat Annie also has a little bit of cover damage right here. $9.99 on Hart, Dreamboat Annie. UFO Force-It. We auctioned one of these off last night. It was a very nice copy. This is a VG Plus, and it has a water-damaged sleeve. Just $14.99 on that. VG Plus, $14.99. Fantasy. This is Jazz, Rock, and Prog. Very cool looking. Fantasy self-titled. VG Plus, $14.99. Also, Marshall Tucker's debut album. This is VG, $11.99. It has Can't You See? It also has Take the Highway on it. Their classic debut album. That's a VG copy for $11.99. Next is the Chambers Brothers, the classic Time Has Come, VG Plus $14.99. And King Crimson, Lark's Tongues in Aspic, VG Plus. The sleeve does have some damage, just $19.99 on that. Ira Landsman does have the high bid on the Bob Dylan, which is a $35 starting bid. We do have a $35 starting bid on that. And Jimmy Buffett. I don't recall too many Japanese pressings of Jimmy Buffett, especially Coconut Telegraph. Near mint with Obi, $35 starting bid is what we're looking for on that. Jetstream wants to Marshall Tucker. Haven't had one of those in a while. And what was the pressing year on the Zappa? Are you referring to Hot Rats? Paul is hopefully watching. I think Paul's actually doing his radio show right now. But if he's listening, he might can tell us what year. He did all the research on these tonight, but it's for tonight's show. But I don't see year. So next play, Andy Mitchell, I really can't tell you for sure. It's I can give you the dead wax if you want. It's the first label. So it's probably is 1969 then. It probably is 1969 then. All right, let's go through those one more time. Sorry about the drop in internet connection. We've still lost about 50 viewers that hadn't came back. They may either be still trying to find the feed or they've already went to bed on us. I hope it's not went to bed because we're not even a third way through the show tonight, especially with all the discounted stuff I have to show. Final call on Bob Dylan and final call to bid on Jimmy Buffett before I make it a bite now. Let me read these titles. If you want prices, let me know so I can go right in to the next bin. For those that's come back, you may get some deals because there's not as many people watching now. Elvis sings hits from his movies. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. Billy Eckstein and Sarah Vaughan. Brick, Kataro, Sweetwater, Roberta Flack, Booker T. We still have the Blood Feast picture disc. Little Brother Montgomery, Friends compilation, Hank Williams Jr., Shadows of the Night, Chicago. Hard is still available. It is a low-grade record, but if you don't have one already, UFO, Fantasy, the Chambers Brothers, King Crimson, and Hot Rats. Some of those right there should be gone. King Crimson, Frank Zappa, Chambers Brothers, UFO, Hart, and of course, Chicago. Let's move on to the third crate of new vintage arrivals. We had a great bin of new vinyl to start the show. We're going to go ahead and move into the third and last crate of new vintage stuff, and then I've got nothing but on sale. What's the Friends? The Friends is a compilation. It had Humble Pie. It had Spooky Tooth. It had Free. A lot of different artists on there, and it was EX $11.99. Zappa was Hot Rats was two people's asked the price. It was VG Plus $29.99. VG Plus $29.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell the Dylan. I'm going to lay this over here. Dylan is sold. Is that a new buyer, Tanner? Ira Landsman? I feel like I've said that before. Ira, are you a first-time buyer with us? You get the Bob Dylan for $35. If you are a first-time buyer, go ahead and let us know, and I may go ahead and give first-time buyer instructions anyway. If anybody wants Jimmy Buffett, it's a $35 buy it now. So we've only had 2 Japanese auctions not sell. We had Jimmy Buffett Coconut Telegraph, and we had the very best of Hank Williams Sr. Those are both $35 buy it nows. They're mint and pristine Japanese pressings. First-time buyer, thank you. We just shared the link to our website. That is called shopcollectco.com. I was actually doing some behind-the-scenes work on our website because I'm about to actually start adding products on there. I was working on it earlier today. I'm about to finally get our merch on there and some other like Collectco staples like our Alice in Chains records, our Warrant records, our single soundtracks, some stuff we got like 100+ copies of because I have people all the time say, I got on your website, and you don't have any stuff on there for sale. That's because we sell it here on Facebook and YouTube. By the way, Andy Mitchell, let me know if you want the Frank Zappa. If you're going to pass, we're going to sell that to Chris Jack. So first-time buyers, just click on that link, fill out that form. We do $7 unlimited shipping. That starts on Monday, and it goes through Saturday. We are officially on Wednesday night sale. We're doing this again Thursday. We're doing it again Friday and Saturday. Not counting tonight. We got 3 more live sales. It is all combined for $7 unlimited shipping. The Hank Williams Jr., who asked for this? Paul Gill. It's VG Plus, $14.99. It's living proof. Living proof. He had a little mustache there. VG Plus, $14.99. It is in shrink wrap. VG Plus, $14.99. All right. Joe Hawkins, $25 for the Hank Sr. I'm going to pass right now, but a little bit later tonight, I may take offers on vintage and I may take offers on Japanese. But right now, I'm going to keep everything at sticker price. Thank you for the fair offer. Let's do 2 more Japanese pressings, which is going to be the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's. Very, very cool. The Beatles Sgt. Pepper's. And we're going to do the Best of the Doobies, Volume 2. Let's take a look at Sgt. Pepper's and see what's all in here. Any tracking numbers from last week sent out. Doug and Paul and Jake, mostly right now, Doug and Ed ship out every day. So if you have paid for something, I promise you it's in queue to be shipped. They pull orders and ship. Both guys, Doug and Ed. I've got half of the Beatles working here. I get all the names mixed up. Plus, we got Seth and Tanner. That's Chris Jack. He says, I'll take it. Andy Mitchell passed. This is so to Paul Gill. So if you don't have a tracking number at any point, I promise you, Ed comes in every morning. He gets his cup of coffee, and he pulls all the orders that's been paid, and it's in queue. Now, if you pay every day, I think you should be in queue to ship. He's coming in every day now and pretty much printing out a manifest and pulling all the paid orders. So you are in queue, I promise. Let's take a look at the Beatles here. Sgt. Pepper's. We have 2 full-time shippers. Doug is our logistics manager. Ed does a little bit of everything. Ed used to help us here on the live sales. He does a little bit of everything for us now. He mostly helps ship records, but we have 2 people. They pack up stuff all day and every day. And I know it is time-consuming to pack up these records. We just don't sling them in a box. It is time-consuming. So they don't go right out the door. We use whiplash mailers or we use U-line boxes, and we make custom corner protectors. We really take all the extra steps to protect that. I think this is the first time I'm ever going to start one of these as low as $45. I'm going to start this one at $45, and that is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the classic Beatles album, $45 start. That is on Apple. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. Somebody should be bidding right away. And we have the Best of the Doobie Brothers Volume 2. This is a $35 start. Best of the Doobie Brothers Volume 2. There's the LP. There's the lyric insert. There's the Japanese insert. And we have a really nice cover at $35 start. The Beatles is a $45 start. And the Doobies is a $35 start. Okay. New vintage arrivals. And then we've got on sale kind of blowout crates. Y'all are going to really like the $19.99 crate and the $14.99 crate. Those always have really big markdowns on them. We're going to do that after this one. These are new vintage arrivals that Paul priced today that have never been shown before. Also, thank you to, let's see, I've mentioned Doug. I haven't done a staff mention in a while. We got Doug and Ed. We got Paul and John, who price records and buy records. And we have Tanner, who is here every day doing something, mostly helping with the sales, and he does invoicing and questions and messages. My mother, Julie, who works here 6 days a week behind the counter, she checks people out and rings up people's pickups and does all that. And we have several other helpers, like Seth. Seth shows up kind of whenever he wants to and keys in records and causes problems. And we also have Jake, who is kind of part-time. He's been out of town for about a week. He's back this week. And, of course, we have Addison, which is Tanner's fiance. She helps a lot, too. Did I leave anybody out, Tanner? Addison helps a lot with ABC order. I feel like I've left out somebody. I would say I said Jake. I would say April, but she hadn't been here in months. And of course, Janie has merchandise here in the store. She has half of the front part of the store where she has like home decor, gift, candles, glassware, more like antiques and women type stuff is what I call it. Not that women don't like records, because half of our customers are women on here, as you can see. But she has like the home trinkets and the candles and stuff like that. So Moose, he don't really help. He comes here and wants to listen to music. So okay, back to auctions, but that's our staff. If you add all that up, counting me, and then I have a business partner and his wife, which sometimes they go out and buy stuff with us. If you add all those names up, that's like 12 people to make all this happen. Week to week, it takes about 10 people. It takes about 10 people to do all this week to week. So we have a big payroll here for sure. That's why I always are like, we got to sell these records. Got to make sure everybody gets paid. Sgt. Pepper's 45, the Beatles 50. The Beatles is at 50. And we have new vintage arrivals. Buddy Miles Express. This is a VG copy for $11.99. VG for $11.99. The Band, Northern Light, Southern Cross, VG Plus, $19.99. The Band, VG Plus, $19.99. Yes, Craig's pretty much an unpaid volunteer. I give him a free record every now and then. Actually, I think the last couple records he's bought, we just have shipped them to him for free. And around Christmas time, we really reward them. Waiting for Columbus, Little Feet, VG Plus. He saves, boy, I can't talk tonight. He saves me hours not having to read track listings. I probably would have sold 5% less out of the whole year at the end of the year if I read all the track listings he posted. DeGarmo and Key, the Garmo and Key EX condition, $9.99. Traffic When the Eagle Flies, that's a VG copy for $11.99. Traffic When the Eagle Flies. So final call on Sgt. Pepper's. Christopher Morris is at $50. Christopher Morris is at $50. The Doobie Brothers, we're looking for a $35 start. Little Feet is a VG Plus for $19.99. Yes, Fragile. This is a VG copy, $9.99. And this is VG $9.99. It does have the book with it. VG $9.99. Yes, Jerry, we had one, actually last night we had in the discount bin as well. I told you the day you were here there was someone somewhere in the store. We just didn't know where. Band on the Run, Paul McCartney. VG Plus $19.99. And it has the poster. The classic Band on the Run. Jetstream wants yes, and then Jetstream just let me know if you want Little Feet. Or maybe you were saying yes, you want Little Feet. Let me know on that. Supertramp, MoFi copy, but it is VG Plus, and it does have some heavy cover damage. Crime of the Century, MoFi pressing, $24.99. Todd Tipton wants Traffic When the Eagle Flies. Next is Mountain, Nantucket Sleigh Ride. Mountain's a VG copy for $9.99. And Spyro Gyra, Carnival, VG Plus $12.99. The DeGarmo and Key was called Commander Sozo and the Charge of the Light Brigade. Commander Sozo and the Charge of the Light Brigade. That was EX $9.99. Jetstream passes on Little Feet. Bob Dylan and the Band. That's EX $32.99. Mark Lent wants the MoFi Supertramp. That's sold to Mark Lent. And Jetstream wants the Spyro Gyra. That's sold to Jetstream. Steely Dan, Katie Lied. Only $14.99. That's because it's in VG condition. Let's go ahead and sell the Beatles for $50 to Christopher Morris. That is gone. And if anybody wants the Best of the Doobie Brothers Volume 2, $35 buy it now on the Best of the Doobie Brothers. Grant Peltzer says he will take the DeGarmo and Key. Al Di Meola, Elegant Gypsy. That's a VG Plus for $12.99. Todd Tipton wants the Mountain. Nantucket Sleigh Ride. Wow, nobody on Band on the Run yet. And it has the Rich Winter sleeve and poster. Band on the Run, Jet, Let Me Roll It, Helen Wheels at $1,985. Some of the best songs on that album. The whole album's fantastic though. $19.99. Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free. EX condition, $17.99 on Rod. And Leon Russell is $9.99. VG. Rich Shockley wanted the Doobies. That was a buy it now on the Doobies Japanese. Rich, that is sold to you for a $35 buy it now. Okay, so over here in my $19.99 bin, not everything's going to be $19.99, but some things are, and they're going to be a heck of a deal. But I do have some stuff I need to pull out in auction, like Led Zeppelin, a Japanese pressing. Now, this doesn't have an obi with it, but it is a near mint minus Japanese. That's on the vinyl. The vinyl's near mint minus. The cover, as you can see at first glance, this is usually beat with a lot of ring wear. The only thing wrong with it is it does have some of that Japanese foxing. It's noticeable on the front and it's kind of noticeable on the gatefold. This right here, it's just that humidity spots. Those will not come off either. It's very unfortunate, but it does not affect the playback of the album. I hope that you don't try to listen to the cover, because if you put that on your turntable, it will kind of mess it up. It does have the Japanese lyric insert, and it has the book. So other than the obi, it is a complete Japanese pressing. I'm going to put that up for a $35 start. No obi, $35 start. Song remains the same. That is now up for bid. That was in the bin that I had pulled out some of the high-end stuff in the back. Jason Fortnrat is in. Rich Group wants Katie lied or wants to know the condition. It is a VG copy for $14.99. VG copy for $14.99. And Kelly Bagwell wants Band on the Run. We already got 2 bids on Zeppelin, 35 and 35. Let's go ahead and do another Japanese pressing, which is going to be Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is a hits comp. This is the very best of CCR. It's going to be a $35 start. The very best of CCR is going to be a $35 start. This is Near Mint and Pristine. Proud Mary, Bad Moon Rising, Green River, Traveling Band, Susie Q. I think that's just on side 1. Have you ever seen The Rain, Down on the Corner, Cotton Fields, Midnight Special, Lodi, and Who'll Stop the Rain? Absolute classic. Absolutely unbelievable what they were able to accomplish in a short time. That is a $35 start. That is a Creedence Clearwater Revival, greatest hits comp, Near Mint, Japanese pressing. Led Zeppelin's now at 37 with Chad Van Horn. Back to new vintage arrivals. Love is Blue by the Dales. That's a VG Plus for $16.99. Love is Blue. Super Cushion. Percussion Pops Orchestra. That's on RCA Victor. EX condition, $9.99. Some kind of drum percussion compilation. Shirley Bassey live at Carnegie Hall. EX condition, $17.99. Entrance, Edgar Winter. Haven't seen that one in a while. EX condition, $17.99 on Edgar Winter. Lloyd Price, Mr. Personality, sings the blues. A 1960 white label promo in mono. EX condition, $21.99. That is an ABC Paramount label, white label promo. EX, $21.99. Show the Dales again. The Dales is Love is Blue. VG Plus condition, $16.99. It's on the Cadet label. Fred Carnell on Shirley Bassey. And in Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, and Marshall Tucker. Nick, those artists are here every night. They could pop up at any second. I would just be watching very closely, because I know in the discount bins, I have Allman Brothers. I'm about to show some on-sale Allman Brothers and some on-sale Marshall Tucker. I don't know about Leonard Skinner. But also, if you can wait a little bit later, I've got like 7 in stock, new and sealed Leonard Skinner albums, including some cool compilations and Street Survivors. So just stand by on that. So yeah, what we do is these are new arrivals. Nothing's in order. These are records. Pretty much if you ever walk, you're virtually record shopping right now. If you go into a record store like I do, the first thing I go to is the new arrivals, right? That's the stuff the shop just put out. That's what's happening right here. The good thing is, these have never been shot before, and there's 164 people watching them all at the same time. It's like you're seeing these for the first time, because you're virtually shopping right now. They're not in any order, and we go through crate after crate. We're going to show hundreds of records in the next couple hours, and it could be jazz, pop, rock, soul, soundtracks, new wave, funk, spoken word, Wonder Woman, Led Zeppelin, Creedence. You just never know. Okay, Fred Carnell got the Shirley Bassey. CCR's at 35. CCR's at 37. Colin Butler does want the Dales. And next record in here is Charlie Daniels Band, Midnight Wind. VG Plus copy, $14.99. By the way, update on CCR. Debbie's at 37. And Led Zeppelin's at 40. Led Zeppelin's at 40. The Japanese Led Zeppelin, Jason Fortnrat's at $40. Jetstream, you're out. And Chad Van Horn, you're out. The Wanderers original motion picture soundtrack, EX $14.99. The Wanderers has songs by Four Seasons, Lee Dorsey, the Shirelles, Benny King, the Isleys, Dion. That is EX $14.99. Thomas Hujar wants L Price. Lloyd Price was EX $21.99. EX $21.99. Craig Thomas wants the Wanderers soundtrack. Denise is at 40 on CCR. The Mamas and Papas, VG $11.99. The Mamas and Papas, VG $11.99. Bill Haley and the Comets, Greatest Hits. That's a VG Plus for $11.99. Chad says he's out on the Led Zeppelin, and we're waiting for Fred Carnell. No, who else was bidding? Jetstream. Jetstream, just let me know if you're in or out on that. Deep Purple, Machine Head, VG copy, $14.99. It's a Burbank label with the lyric insert, VG $14.99. Thomas Hujar will take the Lloyd Price. WVU Mounties is in on Led Zeppelin at $41. Label on Bill Haley. Bill Haley is VG Plus, $11.99. It's on Springboard. Jetstream's also out on Led Zeppelin, but WVU Mounties is back in. And Debbie's back in on CCR. The Chuck Mangione Quartet, EX condition, $9.99. It's a pretty uncommon. I will agree. I've never seen this Chuck Mangione. Uncommon. I like that word, Paul, because you can't call a Chuck Mangione record rare. I don't think that he doesn't have anything that classifies as rare, but uncommon. I like that term. EX, $9.99. That's sold to Jetstream. Colin Butler was second. Also, Jerry Rafferty and Steelers Wheel, white label promo, stuck in the middle, VG copy, $14.99. That is a white label promo, VG $14.99. High bid on CCR is $42, and high bid on Led Zeppelin's $44. 38 special, Wild Eyed Southern Boys, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Wild Eyed Southern Boys, VG Plus $14.99. What do we have here? The New Jazz Quintet, High Energy Design, VG Plus $34.99. Rare Jazz Fusion from 1981, VG Plus $34.99. The Rolling Stones Hot Rocks, $39.99. No date on side 4 Matrix. John Young, this is not the one you're looking for. $39. Boy, it does look like a nice copy of Hot Rocks, and it has an insert I've never seen before. It has 211 reasons why the Rolling Stones is the world's greatest rock band. That's hard to debate with that. They've been putting out music for 70 years, and they're still touring, and I guess half of them are still alive, technically. 3/5, I guess. It depends on what era you're talking about. Hot Rocks, that is a nice copy, though, $39.99. That is sold to Joe Maynard. Also, we have Aretha Franklin. Take a look. That's EX $27.99. Aretha Franklin, take a look. I don't see that one too often. EX $27.99. Also, the Friends compilation from the last crate is sold. I can get to that very quickly. That is sold to Jackie Reynolds. Joe Maynard gets the Rolling Stones. Chad Van Horn gets the 38 special. Okay, it's time for some final calls. Final calls. Led Zeppelin's at 44 and CCR's at 42. I'm about to sell both of those. The Band, music from Big Pink. It's a VG Plus $27.99 Scranton Press. A classic album, a must-have, and it's on the original label. Scranton, VG Plus $27.99. Al Green, Have a Good Time, VG Plus $19.99. Stray Hairline, it has a stray hairline that does not affect play, VG Plus $19.99. Jason Fornerat, you're out on Led Zeppelin. WV Mounties is at 47. Blue Cheer, EX $54.99. It has some stray hairlines that does not affect play. Looks like Paul listened to some Blue Cheer tonight in the back, or today. Vincipus Eruptum, that is EX $54.99. That's tough to find in high grade. That one's getting pretty close. And Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, EX condition, $27.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, EX condition, $27.99. Jason's out on Led Zeppelin. We can go ahead and sell CCR to Debbie Blair for $42. Led Zeppelin's now on a final call for $47. That's with WV Mounties. I think the first crate we're going to do is the on sale $19.99 stuff. So let me make sure I've pulled everything that I want to out of here that we were going to auction, which is that, and I think everything left in here I'm willing to sell for as usual, there's a lot of deals in here, and that's going to be our next crate. It's going to be all 1999 records. Let me read through these titles one more time, though. If you need prices, let me know. That was our third. That was 3 of 3 of crates of new vintage arrivals tonight. I think everything left can condense into one. We have sold a lot. After we go through on-sale records, we will recap these if we have time. And then the very last thing we do, the reason all 158 of y'all should stay around, we've been ending the show with a random half-off bin. We've been ending the show with a random half-off bin and literally like cleaning it out. So stick around for that. We'll do that tonight. Here's what's left in this bin. If you want a price, let me know. Colin Butler would like to put back the Dale's record. Buddy Miles Express, The Band. Did somebody claim this earlier and I didn't pull it? The Band, Northern Lights, Southern Cross. I know we had a band earlier, But I want to feel like in the back of my mind, I read a comment that said banned and I didn't pull it. But I may be wrong. Band on the Run. Okay. That makes more sense. So there's the band, Northern Lights. There's the Dales, Little Feat, Bob Dylan and the band, Al Di Meola, Rod Stewart, Leon Russell, Steely Dan, Supercussion, Edgar Winter, Charlie Daniels, Mamas and Papa's first album, Deep Purple, Bill Haley, Jerry Rafferty, New Jazz Quintet, Aretha Franklin still available. The band, Al Green, Blue Cheer, and Bob Dylan. Kelly Cook wants the Steely Dan Katie Lied, which is a VG copy for $14.99. Led Zeppelin is sold to WVU Mounties for $47. That is sold, and if anybody wants any prices in there, let me know. Kelly Cook don't need prices. Kelly's just claiming. He wants Steelers Wheel as well, which was right in... Whoop, what happened to you, Steelers? Steelers Wheel, that's also to Kelly Cook, and Kelly Bagwell wants Blue, and that's Blue Cheer. That's sold to Kelly Bagwell. All right, now let's do our first. We'll do our $19.99 crate and then probably our 9 and then 14. That's going to take some time. So we got a lot of records to show, and it's only $9.45. Right, Seth? He says that is true. Faces ooh la la. We have those quite often. Blue was $54.99. $54.99. Chris B. Jack says he'll take Bob Dylan and the band. Usually that one don't stay around. That's actually really good price on that at $32.99 for the condition. So Kelly might have been asking the price on Blue. Blue Cheer was $54.99. That may have not been a claim. Boy, Tanner, what do you got over here? A Philly steak and cheese? Yeah. I had Jersey Mike's DoorDash today. I paid way too much after the 99-cent delivery fee and the $3 tip. I think I paid like $23 to have a sub delivered. So, but I was working, and the time it saved me, it was probably worth it. So that's the way I view things like that. George Strait, number 7. I need to go grocery shopping. I don't literally have, my house is literally empty. George Strait, number 7. Excuse me, up for auction. George Strait, number 7. $25 start for George Strait. George Strait, number 7. $25 start. It's a near mint USOG. $25 start. Same thing for Jimi Hendrix Rainbow Bridge. Very nice copy, gatefold. Super clean vinyl, EX Plus to near mint minus. It's a gatefold. It does have a clip corner. These are $25 starts. I do have more Japanese stuff to show coming up next. Who has time to cook? It won't be stuff that I cook. It'll be stuff that I can just like open up and eat. About the most cooking I'm going to do is probably fix a sub. I'd rather have Jersey Mike's fix it for me. They're much better than I am. Plus, it always tastes better. Okay. Everything in here is $19.99. And yes, if you've noticed, the $19.99 records have been going in blue crates. $19.99. I expect most of these to be gone when we get done. Deep Purple Fireball, no condition notes, so EX Plus to near mint minus. A VG or VG Plus cover, original green label. $19.99 on Deep Purple Fireball. Greg Allman, Laid Back, a classic. It has These Days and his rendition of Midnight Rider as a solo artist. $19.99. Those are $19 and $19.99. Neil Young Comes a Time. Neil Young Comes a Time. $19.99. Boy, we've been selling a lot of Neil Young albums in the discount bins. Neil Young Comes a Time. $19.99 on that. I got 2 copies. I think one's a U.S. and I think one's a foreign import. I don't know where. Actually, it's New Zealand. I got a U.S. and a New Zealand. Back-to-back Neil Young's, $19.99. The Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. This should not be $19.99, but it is. The Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. So far, none of these have had condition notes. The Doors, Morrison Hotel. This should not be $19.99, but it is. It's the red and black Electra label. Near mint. That's an 80s pressing, $19.99. The Beatles, live from the Sam Houston Coliseum. This is a German unofficial live Sam Houston Coliseum, $19.99, VG Plus condition. Elton John is sealed, Breaking Hearts. Breaking Hearts has no saw marks and no cutouts. Sealed retail copy of Elton John, $19.99. By the way, we did have a $25 bid on George Strait. Then Thomas Bowman bid $28, so $28 on George Strait. John Stevens, First to the Doors, $19.99, Tanner. These start all at $19.99. Jetstream wants The Brothers and Sisters. Michael Nath, You Were Second to the Doors, $30 on George Strait. John Lill wants Elton John, and we had a $29 bid on George Strait. So George Strait's at $30, looking for a $25 start on Hendrix. The Donut in Granny's Greenhouse, Bonzo Dog Band. This is now $19.99. Everything in this crate is $19.99, which are all heavily discounted records. John Lennon, Imagine. This is a U.S. copy. Very clean. It has the original inner sleeve. Nice. John Lennon, Imagine, $19.99. Thomas Bowman is at $33 on George Strait. George Harrison is sealed. It is a cutout. It does have a saw mark. It is sealed, though. Has the sale price of $2.99. Sealed George Harrison, $19.99. Brian C. gets Bonzo's Dog Band, and Leslie Holt gets John Lennon. These are all $19.99. Sealed George Harrison. Sealed George Harrison. Stan Getz with Lorindo Almeida. That's a 1963 mono, now just $19.99. Black Verve label, Stan Getz 63 mono, $19.99. The Spinners is a white label promo. This is the Spinners second time around. About a VG cover, white VIP label, $19.99. George Strait's at $35. Final call to bid on Jimi Hendrix before I make it a buy it now. Kendrick Lamar is sealed. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That is just $19.99. When that was out new, it was like $56.99. It is sealed for $19.99. Kendrick Lamar. Duran Duran, 7 in the Ragged Tiger. It's an OG 83 Winchester. There is tape around the jacket. Somebody has put transparent tape around the jacket and the original inner sleeve. $19.99. Rydell Martin gets the Spinners for $19.99. Jerry Stone gets Kendrick Lamar for $19.99. Mike Spario gets George Harrison for $19.99. Brent Robley, You Were Second on Kendrick Lamar. Update on George Strait. Thomas Bowman has it for $37. That's now a final call. If anybody wants to buy it now on Jimi Hendrix, it's a nice copy of Rainbow Bridge for $25. If anybody wants to buy it now on Hendrix, $25 buy it now on Rainbow Bridge on that one. Very clean copy. Buffalo Springfield. D. Hill wrote his name on the cover. Other than that, it's a 2LP, $19.99. Very clean vinyl, yellow Atco label. That probably shouldn't be $19.99 either, but it is. Buffalo Springfield. Neil Young, Time Fades Away, near mint, $19.99. Final call on George Strait at $37. And Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Deja Vu. This is a VG Plus copy for $19.99. Fred Carnell wants Jimi Hendrix. That's a $25 buy it now, Tanner. Shane Devers back in on George Strait at $40. It's time for a new auction. Here's something else I pulled out because I was like, man, this is just so nice. The Jackson 5. This is called Get It Together. G-I-T, Get It Together. It's a die-cut cover in shrink wrap. Which you know, if you find one with a shrink wrap gone, these die-cut letters are going to be beat. And it's a near mint Jackson 5 album, which is something we don't see too often. Has what's left of the original price tag. $25 start on that. Get It Together, did Jackson 5 in shrink wrap. $25 start on that. Thomas is out on George Strait. Shane Devers has it for $40. Jetstream gets Deja Vu for $19.99. Everything in here is $19.99. Elvis Presley, King Creole, that's in shrink wrap, orange, RCA label, near mint, $19.99. That's a 71 Hollywood press. Elvis is $19.99. Men Without Hats, Rhythm of Youth, that has the safety dance on it, $19.99. Denise is bidding on Jackson 5, I think. That's a $25 start. Groovin', the Young Rascals, a 67 Terre Haute. 67 Terre Haute, that is now $19.99. Groovin', the Young Rascals, $19.99. 67 Terre Haute. The Fabulous Johnny Cash, that's in shrink wrap. This is a 70s press. It is near mint, though, in shrink wrap. This originally was on a Columbia 6i, then a Columbia 2i, and then it was on this label in the 70s. It is near mint in shrink wrap, $19.99. Brian C. wants Men Without Hats. Chris DeMoss was second. And Denise is at $25 on Jackson 5. Let's sell George Strait to Shane Devers for $40. That's sold to Shane Devers. Our next Japanese auction is going to be Michael Schenker Group. One Night at Budokan. This is going to be a $35 start. Hank Williams Jr., One Night at Budokan. $35 start. It's a 2LP, near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. Super clean copy. There's LP number 1. There's LP number 2. Michael Schenker Group. There's the gatefold cover with Obi. There's the first Japanese insert, and I don't know if I've seen too many with this. It has a poster with it. Has a Michael Schenker poster with it. Very cool. $35 start on that. $35 start. Michael Schenker Group. 2 LP with Japanese insert. Obi. The outside of the poster has some foxing. I don't think that should matter too much. $35 start on that. Jared, you were third on Men Without Hats. Shane Devers gets the Johnny Cash for $19.99. The Jackson 5 is now at $30, looking for a $35 bid on MSG. REO Speedwagon Live, you get what you play for. That is now just $19.99. That is near mint and pristine. It was originally $35. I'm going to mute my mic 1 second. Okay, I'm back. We have The Who. Who's Next for $19.99. It's a 2015 remaster. Jason Fornerat wants REO Speedwagon for $19.99. The Who is a 2015 remaster, 180 gram, $19.99. Miles Davis, Champions. This is rare Miles Davis from the Complete Jack Johnson sessions. 2021 Record Store Day yellow vinyl, $10 off. That is now just $19.99. Jeff McIntosh's Creole Mono Stereo. This is in stereo. All of the reissues are in stereo of that album. What label's The Rascals? It is a 67 Terre Haute. It's the OG label, OG press and OG label, green and blue Atlantic. No condition notes, just $19.99 on that. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, $34.99. And The Doors, it was $34.99. Now it's $19.99. It's on the Butterfly label. $19.99. Big discounts on the Doors albums because we were showing them there for a while and like everybody stopped buying them. So now they've ended up in the discount bins. Chris DeMoscus to Miles Davis. Ira Landsman, you were second. And Sticks, we had one of these last night. Here's another. Caught in the Act, 2 LP live Sticks, $19.99. Brent Robley gets the Jackson 5 for $30. Eddie Manning just bid $35 on Michael Schenker Group. Let's go ahead and sell it. Eddie Manning gets that for $35. He was bidding about the time I was making a buy now. Perfect timing for him. Chris gets Miles Davis. He also gets the Doors. And Chad Van Horn gets the Sticks. Those are all $19.99. That is what's left of our $19.99 bin. As usual, not a whole lot. Let's go through those one more time. I've got some other auctions for you, including the Eagles and John Lennon. Let's go through these, and they're Japanese pressings. They're going to be $35 starts. The Eagles Live is a 2 LP fantastic live concert from the Eagles, and both LPs are near mint and pristine, Japanese quality. There's LP 1, LP 2. This also has inner sleeve 1 and inner sleeve 2, so both original inner sleeves. It also has the Japanese insert. Gatefold cover with Obi. The Eagles Live is a $35 start. Also, we have Shaved Fish, John Lennon, which is a John Lennon hits compilation. Give Peace a Chance. It also has Instant Karma, Imagine, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. It has the Happy Xmas, the John and Yoko's Christmas song. There's the Japanese insert. There's the original inner sleeve of lyrics. And very nice cover of Obi. Those are $35 and $35 starts on those. So here's what's left in the $19.99 bin. One more time, and then I guess we can just keep going down. We'll do $14.99 next, and then $9.99 on sale records. Deep Purple Fireball, $10 off, original label, Fireball, U.S. Press, $19.99. Greg Allman, surprised no one's grabbed that. $19.99 on Greg Allman. Neil Young, Comes the Time, still got 2 of these. We got a New Zealand press, and we got a USOG. They're both very nice. Neil Young's, Comes the Time, $19.99. The Beatles, an unofficial VG Plus condition. It's live Beatles recordings. It has some butcher cover outtake photos there. $19.99. Stan Getz with Lorindo Almeida, 63 mono, $19.99. No condition notes on that. Duran Duran, also near mint, but the cover does have some kind of camouflage transparent tape. That's $19.99. Buffalo Springfield still available. That's kind of surprising. Also, Neil Young, Time Fades Away. Elvis is in shrink wrap. The Who, a classic album, Won't Get Fooled Again. Barbara O'Reilly, Getting in Tune, Going Mobile, and, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. Bargain, that's one of my favorites. Also, Groovin' the Young Rascals, $19.99. Somebody, Terrell, you definitely need to grab that because when it's gone, it's gone. Next on sale crate, we're going to do a crate of $14.99 records. Now, if you still want anything from the $19.99 bin, you can have it. If you want anything from the $19.99 bin, you can have it. Looking for $35 starts on these auctions. Everything in this bin is going to be $14.99, I think. Yep, this is the $14.99 bin. Everything in here is on sale, discounted records at $14.99. All vintage, mostly U.S. and foreign imports, all $14.99. Final call on these auctions. We have Dr. Hook, Belly Up, $14.99. Some of these were priced as recently as August 8th. And they've just ended up in a bin that I was pulling stuff from, so they're discounted. $14.99, Dr. Hook, Belly Up. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. This one probably should have went in the $19.99 bin, but it's $14.99. It has the original inner sleeve, $14.99. Tanner, I've got a price change on you. $14.99. That one sold to Jason Fornerat. Neil Young, Allman Brothers, Win, Lose, and Draw, pretty much half off at $14.99. Near Men on Capricorn Records, $14.99. And I got 2 copies. Yes, I got 2 pretty much like identical looking copies of Win, Lose, or Draw by the Allman Brothers for whoever was asking. Whoever the new viewer was asking for Allman Brothers, Marshall Tucker, and Leonard Skinner. You may see some of those coming up in this bin. Little Richard, The Real Thing, includes Freedom Blues. That's a Little Richard copy from the UK, $14.99 on Little Richard. Also, Simply Red is sealed. I got some sealed records in both of these bins. Big discounts on them. Simply Red has the hype sticker. It does have a punch hole, but that is sealed for $14.99. Simply Red. The Ballads of the Hills and Plains, Hank Williams Jr. Been selling a lot of Hank Williams Jr. lately. This is a 65 German import, $14.99. Cynthia Herdren wants the sealed Simply Red. Hendry was second. Johnny Cash, The Holy Land. Original lenticular cover, near mint, beautiful Columbia 2i original label, $14.99 on that. Mosaic by Crow. Crow is in shrink wrap. Really nice copy, $14.99. Mosaic by Crow. Monsters. This is one of those Warner Brothers compilations. Usually these always sell. These are always gone. These Warner Brothers compilations. This one's still available, $14.99. That's called Monsters. It's a 2LP Warner Brothers compilation. The Yes album. No Condition Notes. I've Seen All Good People. $14.99. Starship Trooper. Adventure. Perpetual Change. Great Yes album there. $14.99. Also, Yes 9012 Live, the solos. Yes, $14.99. Monsters has George Harrison on it. Very cool. Chris DeMoss, who always buys the Warner Brothers comps, is going to grab that. Buy It Now. Eagles and John Lennon. First come, first serve. $35 Buy It Nows. We have the Eagles live, and we have John Lennon Shea Fish. They're both now available for $35 Buy It Nows. I'll give that just a second, and then I'll start grabbing some more new auctions. Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks, No Condition Notes has the hit song Life's Been Good for $14.99. Gerard Cacciatore is going to take the Eagles live for $35. Chris DeMoss wants Yes from the $14.99 bin. That leaves John Lennon, if anybody still wants it, for $35. Blast from Your Past. This is a Ringo Starr hits compilation. It has the original inner sleeve. VG Plus condition, $14.99. It has You're 16, Photograph, It Don't Come Easy, Back Off Boogaloo, I'm the Greatest. That's $14.99. Chris B. Jack says he'll take the John Lennon for $35. So both of those auctions are gone. See you later. Before I start putting up new auctions, let me remind you of the only 2 auctions that did not sell tonight, which is the best of Hank Williams Sr. That's still available for a $35 Buy It Now, and Jimmy Buffett Coconut Telegraph. Coconut Telegraph, not Toconut. Coconut Telegraph. Those are both $35 Buy It Nows if anybody's interested. Now I got to start finding some new records to auction. I think last night I was pulling stuff out of this crate. I think I'll continue pulling stuff out of this crate. We've got, let me see what we have here. Otis Redding. And let's do, I need to find our 45. I feel like I got some really good 45s that didn't sell that I can cut prices and start auctioning. So let me go ahead and grab this out of here for sure. And I got some sealed records that we have so many. I guess I just need to start pulling stuff out and pricing them where you have to buy them, like $5 starts or something. Let's do that first with, let's see here. Quick pause while I grab a few things. Plus, looking through this crate will help me figure out what I need to do next. Let's do, let's see here. Let's do, I could pick anything in here, really. Let's do the Let's do one of these because we have, yeah, these are sealed. Okay. The history of Otis Redding. There's some cover damage down here. We recently just showed this. This is on Volt Records. It's a gatefold. It does have some cover damage. The history of Otis Redding, $10 start. $10 start on the history of Otis Redding. And the Impressions is sealed. This is sealed. This is called The Impressions, The Vintage Years, featuring Jerry Butler, Curtis Mayfield. It's a 2 LP compilation from The Impressions. That is sealed. Also a $10 start. $10 start on Otis Redding, $10 start on The Impressions. Now back up to the top, Fred Carnell was first on Ringo. That was $14.99. Eddie Bruce, you were second. Denise Harrison gets Joe Walsh. That's $14.99 as well. What was the condition on almond? No condition notes. They're EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. We still have both of them. Kelly Bagwell wants the other yes. That's sold to Kelly Bagwell. Yes, the Don Henley is sold. And we have $10 starts on those. Everything in this bin is on sale for $14.99. Wings has shrink wrap and the Wings sticker on it. Original inner sleeve, no condition notes, just $14.99 on Wings. Ryan Christie says, I'll take an Almond Brothers. Sell one of these to Ryan Christie, also for $14.99. There's another Almond Brothers, Enlightened Rogues. $14.99 on that Almond Brothers. Enlightened Rogues, Wings is still available. Seasons of Glass, Yoko Ono. Original inner sleeve, $14.99. Seasons of Glass. And I believe that is John Lennon. No, that's not what I'm thinking about. We had an album in the back the other night when we was going through the Beatles stuff, and we found out it was actually, what was that called? I forgot what that was called. Maybe I'm thinking about something different. But Season of Glass is $14.99. Burt Jordan gets this Almond Brothers. This is sold to Burt Jordan for $14.99. Jetstream, you were second. Spirit is sealed. It has a couple tears in the shrink wrap, but Spirit is sealed for just $14.99. Sealed Spirit for $14.99. Manfred Mann, Chapter 3. Manfred Mann is on the red Polydor label. It's originally on a UK Vertigo label. That's VG Plus for $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. No condition notes, original inner sleeve. $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, pretty much half off on that one. REO Speedwagon, Wheels Are Turning. Very nice copy on REO Speedwagon. Neil Young, we had a near mint one earlier. This one's VG Plus, $14.99 on Neil Young, Time Fades Away. Gabor Szabo, Rambler on the CTI gatefold. That is $14.99. Also, Wild and Peaceful, Kool and the Gang. This also has Jungle Boogie on it. Just $14.99 on Kool and the Gang. Chris DeMoss wants BS, which is Bruce Springsteen. Let's make these buy it nows. They're going to be deals. Otis Redding and the Impressions, $10 buy it nows. $10 buy it nows if anybody wants those. Very, very big discounts on those at $10. Buy it now. First come, first serve. Brent Robley gets Gabor Szabo. So Chris got Bruce Springsteen. Brent gets Gabor. Jason Wellman gets Kool and the Gang. Rydell Martin was second. And no, Blinded by the Light is not on here. Tommy Flowers gets the Impressions. Tanner, that was a $10 buy it now. And Otis Redding is a $10 buy it now. Keep in mind, it does have that corner damage, but no notes on the vinyl. Hot Chocolate, 10 Greatest Hits, $14.99. Hot Chocolate, this has their hit song, You Sexy Thing on it. $14.99. On sale Hot Chocolate, has a promo strip on the front. Stephen Stills Manassas, just $14.99. It's a Richmond Presswell press. $14.99. Everything in here is on sale at $14.99. The London Chuck Berry Sessions, $14.99 on the London Chuck Berry Sessions. Jason Fornerat says he'll take Otis for $10. Mr. James Brown getting down to it. VG Plus condition, just $14.99. It's a 69 OG US press. VG Plus condition, just $14.99 on James. Dire Straits Communique. This is just $14.99. It is a Rhino Start Your Ear Off Rod, 180 gram, just $14.99 on that. Brent Robley on James Brown. Jason Wellman, you were second. Thomas Hujar third. Rydell Martin fourth. The Eurythmics, just $14.99. Original inner sleeve, $14.99 on the Eurythmics. Be Yourself. That is now available. Stephen Young wants the Dire Straits, $14.99. And we have Kansas Audio Visions, $14.99. On sale price at $14.99. All right, let's get some new auctions going. I'm going to pull out a copy of Yes Songs, and I'm going to pull out another sealed record, which is going to be Joni Mitchell. Let's do these for $10 starts. We have Yes Songs. I think I had one of these in a discount bin yesterday, and several people was after it. No, excuse me, no condition notes. Yes Songs is notorious for ring wear. This one does have some, but not as heavy as I have seen them. It's a triple LP live, yes. $20 start. $20 start on Yes Songs. And Joni Mitchell is sealed. It is a cutout, does have a saw mark. $10 start on Joni Mitchell. $10 start on Joni Mitchell. All right, Gerard Cacciatore wants the hot chocolate for $14.99. I could drink some hot chocolate right now. And John Smetzer, you were second on Dire Straits. Everything in this bin is on sale for $14.99. Yes, Big Generator, $14.99 on Yes, Big Generator. Steven's in on Yes at $20. Supertramp, Famous Last Words, in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, $14.99 on Supertramp. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl, back on the Chain Gang. It has the original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. The Pretenders is $14.99. The James Gang, Your Album. James Gang, Your Album, $14.99. And 10 Years After, recorded live. This is half off, 2 LP at $14.99. Very clean copy, $14.99 for 10 Years After, recorded live. There's a little bit too much left in that bin. We're going to go through them one more time before we go through the $9.99 stuff. Let's go through the $9.99 stuff next. But first, let's recap this bin at $14.99. Brent gets 10 Years After. Stevens at $20 on Yes, Final Call. And Jetstream, you were second on 10 Years After. Final call on Joni Mitchell to get a $10 bid in. Joni is sealed. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. All righty. Here we go. John Smetzer wants Yes, which was Big Generator. Burt Jordan wants Supertramp, which are all still available. I'm going to, well, the crate's already thinning out. I hadn't even started yet. $14.99, everything in here. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. Win, Lose or Draw, the Allman Brothers. Little Richard, that was a UK pressing. No condition notes so far on any of these. 65 German pressing of Hank Williams Jr. Wow, 1965 Hank Williams Jr. $14.99. Johnny Cash is an OG. No condition notes, lenticular cover. Mosaic by Crow is in shrink wrap. Burt Jordan wants the Allman Brothers. We have Wings at the Speed of Sound in shrink wrap with wing sticker, $14.99. Yoko Ono, Seasons of Glass, $14.99. Spirit is sealed, $14.99. Manfred Mann Chapter 3, that was VG Plus, $14.99. We do have a new bid on Yes. Mr. Stephen Young, you're outbid. Henry's Choice is at $21. Ira Landsman has bid 10 on Joni Mitchell. Let's go ahead and sell Joni for $10. Let's go ahead and sell that. REO Speedwagon, Wheels Are Turning. That's now just $14.99. Hit song on that one is I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. We also have Neil Young, Time Fades Away. That's a VG Plus for $14.99. Stephen Stills Manassas, $14.99. Was there 2 copies of Manassas in here? I guess not. No, that's the only one. London Chuck Berry Sessions, the Eurythmics Self-Titled, Kansas Audio Visions, The Pretenders Learning to Crawl, and James Gang, Your Album. Those are all still available. Stephen Young is back in on Yes at $25. Henry's Choice, you're back out. If anybody wants anything in there, those are all still available, and they're conveniently right here behind me. Let's grab the $9.99 crate, so we're going down even cheaper. $9.99 on these. Everything has never been shown in a discount bin. They've probably, most likely, definitely been shown before, but now they're being shown again. Probably one of the first times they've been on sale. All right, let's put up a pretty cool auction here. This is more American Graffiti, which is also another great soundtrack. It is sealed. It is a cutout. More American Graffiti. It has great music on it. Love is Like a Heat Wave. The Supremes, Stop in the Name of Love. My Guy, Mary Wells. Ballad of the Green Beret. She's Not There, Zombies. Respect, Aretha Franklin. Season of the Witch, Donovan. Sound of Silence. It just gets better. Question Mark and the Mysterians is on here. More American Graffiti. This is a sealed copy. It's never been opened. And probably for the price you're going to steal this at, you can open it up and have a near mint copy. It is a cutout. $15 start. More American Graffiti. That's an awesome compilation. Henry says he's out on Yes. Final call on that for $25. Let's do some $9.99 records, Tanner. $9.99. Everything in here. The Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me. A classic. No condition notes either. Just $9.99 on the Doobie Brothers. Bruce Springsteen, No Condition Notes, Darkness on the Edge of Town, $9.99. Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom, No Condition Notes, $9.99. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did, EX Condition, $9.99. Todd Rundgren, Todd, $9.99. And Billy Joel, Songs in the Attic, $9.99. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot because everything in this bin is on sale, $9.99. Let's go ahead and sell yes to Stephen A. Young for $25. We do have a bid on More American Graffiti for $15. WVU Mounties wants JC, which is John Cougar, for $9.99. Jason Wellman wants the Elvis Costello for $9.99. Ira Landsman, you were second. In and out of focus. That is sealed. Focus is sealed. Also, it does have a small saw mark right here. Sealed from 1973, $9.99. Chris DeMoss wants Billy Joel. And we have Liz Tomania. That is sealed for $9.99. No Condition Notes means it's a nice record, actually. So, for example, the way we do this, so for anybody new watching, let me find a check condition record in here. Well, there's not many in here. I think I've pulled mostly. Now, I was looking for something VG Plus. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay, so VG Plus, if I say the actual grade, then that's the condition, VG Plus, which is, VG Plus record. You have VG or Good Plus, VG Minus, VG, VG Plus. What we've adapted here, for anybody new watching or anybody that's relatively new, we go through records so fast and we show so many, we've kind of developed a grading system where if I don't say condition notes, then it's EX Plus to Near Mint Minus, meaning it's a very clean and nice record. You're going to be very happy with it. It's EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. If I say the grade, like Rap and Rhythm with Al Gee, that's VG Plus, it's going to have a VG Plus record's going to have a couple marks on it. It's going to have some light noise. Still going to be a nice record, though. Then you're going to hear me say EX. EX is just like a 1 or 2 marks away, maybe 3, from being in the non-check condition. So if I say no condition notes, it's a nice record. It's a really good record. We've cleaned them, we've inspected them, and we guarantee everything we sell. And a bunch of these in here are sealed. So if I say sealed, obviously, they're presumed mints. Okay, back to this. More American Graffiti. Davy Blair's at $17. And we're in the bin. Everything in here is on sale for $9.99. The Earl Slick Band, Razor Sharp. It is sealed, $9.99. Earl Slick Band. Mott the Hoople has a promo strip on the front. It's not a promo label. That's half off at $9.99. Elvis, this is the TV special. If you were around in the 70s, late 70s especially, you saw this record advertised on TV. This is half off at $9.99. I've sold probably about 3,000 of them since I've been selling records, but people always bought them. If anything, it's a nostalgic record. Hendry said he'll take the Eurythmics record from the last band. Tanner, that was $14.99. Elvis is $9.99. Jetstream wants Mott the Hoople. And the More American Graffiti's at $18. Bert Jordan also wants Elvis Presley. Bert, you are at $18 also on More American Graffiti. Debbie's out. Yellow with the featured in Ferris Bueller's Day Off hype sticker. Oh yeah and oh yeah. So it's 3-track 12-inch single, $9.99. Yes, we have a less than like 0.5% return rate. Everybody's always happy with everything they get. I mean, we and plus our VG Plus records and VG, when you put them on and listen to them, they're still great. I mean, around the shop at night, I'll grab a VG record and put it on and listen to it, and sometimes it sounds just as good as something we've graded EX. So we have people inspecting these, and if it's going to cause a problem, we don't even put them out for sale. We got thousands and thousands of records in the back, probably even metal stuff that we don't even put out. They're probably warped or scratched, like really beat up records. We're not ever going to put out anything beat up. I know for sure there is probably a stack of like scratched Motley Crue records, but we can still sell them. I usually put them up for $1 start, and people definitely want to buy them. So, okay, back to the $9.99. John Lill gets yellow. Jack Hute was second. Debbie's at 20. Bert's at 21. The Graduate soundtrack, music by Simon & Garfunkel, $9.99. The Graduate soundtrack. Al Di Meola, Electric Rendezvous, $9.99. Jimmy Buffett, Florida Days. Jimmy Buffett is $9.99. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Shuffle, $9.99. I bet Paul, if he's watching, he probably knows where there's some like scratched something in the back that we probably could auction, and there'd definitely probably still be somebody wanting to buy it. Okay, let's put up a Peter Tosh record for bid. We got more American Graffiti still getting bid. We have Peter Tosh Bush Doctor, and this is a $15 start. Peter Tosh Bush Doctor, $15 start on that. Everything in here is $9.99. Bee Gees, To Whom It May Concern, half off at $9.99. Bruce was half off at $9.99. And the other Bruce was half off at $9.99. Great deals on a lot of these. Brewer and Shipley is in shrink wrap. That album's called Tarkio. It has their hit song, One Toke Over the Line. That's in shrink wrap for $9.99. The Fix, Shuttered Room. The Fix is $9.99 for Shuttered Room. Girls, It Ain't Easy, The Honeycomb. The Honeycomb is a 1984 UK, half off at $9.99. More George Thorogood and the Destroyers, half off at $9.99. Also, George Benson, Benson Burner, that is $9.99. Suzanne Vega, Days of Open Hand. Suzanne Vega is actually from 1990. 1990. Gerard Cacciatore wants Shipley. Bruin Shipley, so did Gerard Cacciatore. And Golden Earring, To the Hilt, $9.99. Debbie's back in on more American Graffiti. Awesome compilation here. It is sealed. Bert Jordan, you're out, and we're looking for a $15 start on Peter Tosh Bush Doctor. $15 start on that. New Riders, Before Time Began. New Riders, $9.99. Pretty much half off at $9.99. George Harrison, 33 1/3. In EX condition. Very clean EX, 33 1/3. George Harrison, $9.99. Thomas Bowman wants the Bee Gees, To Whom It May Concern. Bert's back in on more American Graffiti at 24. Ringo is sealed. I repeat, sealed Ringo rotogravure. It feels like the bottom of the cover is a little damaged. It has never been opened though. $9.99 on sealed Ringo's rotogravure. The McCartney interview in shrink wrap with the nice price sticker. McCartney interviews, $9.99. Gerard takes the Ringo Star for $9.99. Okay, I'm going to show these at the same time. If you're a Beatles completist, you might want these. We got these from people's Beatles collections. Check out the original prices on some of these Yoko albums. $49.99 with poster, $69.99, and $29.99. Some of these we've had for a while. Yoko Ono, $9.99 each, and you can let me know which one you want. This is Fly, Approximately Infinite Universe, and Feeling the Space. Those are all $9.99. And if you're a Beatles completist, like myself, I have those. You might want to add them to your collection. I don't know if you want to listen to them, but most people who have Beatles records have those in their collection. Crease B. Jack gets the McCartney interview. Debbie's out on More American Graffiti. Bert has that for $24. Final call. George Harrison, self-titled. That's $9.99. That's $9.99. Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood. EX condition on that. That's $9. That's Nancy Sinatra. Jerry Stone wants the Suzanne Vega. That is like 75% off. That's so to Jerry Stone. Culture Club, Kissing to Be Clever. $9.99 on that. And Iron Butterfly, Metamorphosis, yellow Atco label, $9.99. All right, the sealed American Graffiti is sold to Bert Jordan for $24. And if anybody wants Peter Tosh, just a $15 buy it now. And yes, they're on the Rolling Stones label. And Craig Thomas says the first track has Mick Jagger on it. Peter Tosh was on the Rolling Stones label. $15 buy it now on that. Henry says, Step LP check. Step LP check. Was there a Steppenwolf in here? I'm not for sure what that comment means. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit. Fred Carnell gets Peter Tosh for a $15 buy it now. This is a soundtrack to The Courier. It has U2 on here, also the Pogues, Lord John White, and that's $9.99, half off. The other Yoko albums. There's 3 Yoko albums, Feeling the Space, Infinite Universe, and Fly, and I think Fly had the original poster with it. Jedit wants Culture Club, I think you mean, he put KC. You may mean CC. He put KK, KC. He may mean CC. Let me know if that's right. I'm just going to wait on that. Fred Carnell wants ST. Boy, y'all throwing me some curveballs all of a sudden. I can go ahead and pull Chris's Fly and Infinite. He wants Fly and Infinite. Those are $9.99 and $9.99. Thomas Hujar wants Courier. That's sold to Thomas Hujar. And we're waiting to see what ST and KC was. Those are for Jedit and Fred Carnell. Kansas, Monolith, $9.99 on Kansas. Billy Joel, The Bridge, original inner sleeve, $9.99 on Billy Joel, The Bridge. Clay Moore wants both George Harrison. There's one George Harrison. And there is the other George Harrison. Those are sold and sold. George Harrison, Clay Moore. Chris B. Jack wants Billy Joel. That's $9.99. Chris DeMoss, you were second on Billy Joel. There's a Steppenwolf for ladies only. No condition notes. That is $9.99. It has the original inner sleeve and insert, $9.99. Jedit did want Culture Club. So that's sold to Jedit for $9.99. REO Speedwagon, Good Trouble. That's $9.99 for REO Speedwagon. The best of Steven Steele's. That's half off at $9.99. First track is Love the One You're With. Very, very clean copy. For some reason, this record's always worn. This one's not, $9.99. Jerry Stone gets REO Speedwagon. Henry's Choice gets Steppenwolf. These are all $9.99. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Johnny Mercer songbook. $9.99 on that, Ella Fitzgerald. Also, Jackson Browne, The Pretender. A 1970 UK press, half off at $9.99. The Pretender. The James Cotton Band, in shrink wrap, live and on the move, EX condition, $9.99. And we have Come Blow Your Horn, Frank Sinatra. That's actually a white label promo, $9.99. Let's get some new auctions started. Let me pull something else out of the sealed bin. Let's do sealed something. Let's do sealed Danny Davis and Willie Nelson. And I'm going to pull a Beatles Story. This is on Apple. The Beatles Story is just a $20 start. It's a 2LP on the original. No, this is the Apple repress. This is the Apple repress of this. Near Mint, 2LP. The Beatles Story, that is a $20 start. And Danny Davis and Willie Nelson is sealed with the Nashville Brass, $10 start on that. Ira Landsman wants the Sinatra for $9.99. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Jerry got REO Speedwagon. Henry's Choice got Steppenwolf. Chris is going to be auctioning off his kidney later to pay for these records. Just to confirm, if you say nothing about the conditions, at least EX or yes. If we don't say anything about the condition, so Jackson Browne, for example, Jackson Browne, no condition notes, that's EX plus to near mint minus. And I know near mint minus is a strong grade, but when we say near mint minus, we mean it. So that's EX plus to near mint minus. That's a UK copy. No condition notes. Now the cover, we assume all covers are at least VG plus. If there's a problem with the cover, like I might say it has a small sticker on it, there's noticeable writing, you'll probably hear me say it has somebody's name or it's got a seam split. If I don't say anything also about the cover, you just assume it's VG plus, and that's being very conservative. We definitely don't have time to start grading covers as well, so we just, most of them are assumed nice. You'll definitely hear me say positives like in shrink wrap like James Cotton. All right, Ira got Sinatra for $9.99. I will take the Yoko in the last bin for $14.99. So the other Yoko was Seasons of Glass from the last bin, and Scotty Hop says he'll take that for $14.99. Tommy Flowers, so that's $14.99, Tanner, and Tommy Flowers takes the James Cotton for $9.99. Looking for a $20 start on the Beatles and $10 start on Willie and Danny Davis. Elton John, half off at $9.99. Also, Robert Palmer, Clues. Is that what that one's called? Robert Palmer, Clues, yeah. $9.99, Robert Palmer, Clues. Men at Work, Cargo, also $9.99. Original inner sleeve, Men at Work, Cargo, $9.99. And the Duke Ellington Songbook, Ella Fitzgerald. Ella's Classic, 1957 recordings with Duke Ellington. That's just $9.99, 2LP on Verve. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second to get a drink of water. or like I've been saying, it's an energy mix. I feel like I have started talking faster as the nights went on. Thomas Hujar wants Robert Palmer. Jetstream wants Ella. Larry Smith wants both Ella. Jetstream just beat you to one, but there is another still in here, and that's just this one, the Johnny Mercer. So Tanner, the Ella on top is going to go to Larry Smith. Let's do a quick recap of our $9.99 records, and then we're going to go down again, $6.99. These next records are going to be $6.99. Let's go through the $9.99 stuff one more time. Final call to put bids on these before I make them buy it nows. The Doobie Brothers, the Captain and Me, $9.99. If you need to check condition again, if you want to check condition again, as in you want to confirm, just let me know because I'm just going to retitle so we can move through them really fast. Some of these are very nice though. Bruce Springsteen, Todd Rundgren, Todd. Focus was sealed. Liz to Mania was sealed. The Earl Slick Band was sealed. The Graduate soundtrack, Al Di Meola, Jimmy Buffett, Bruce Springsteen, The Fix, The Honeycomb, George Thorogood, Benson Burner, George Benson, Golden Earring, New Riders, one Yoko Ono album left, which we originally had marked $29.99. Very cool looking cover. It's on Apple. It's very, very nice too. $9.99. Darren Davis wants Men at Work. So did Darren Davis. Also, Nancy and Lee, Iron Butterfly, Kansas, Stephen Stills, Jackson Brown, and Elton John. Those are all available for $9.99. A lot of those in there are half off. Okay, while I'm changing crates, buy it now on the Beatles and Willie. Buy it now. $20 on the Beatles and $10 on the sealed Willie Nelson. The which one? Jeddick Common Duke, that was one of those Ella Fitzgeralds that has already sold. All right, let's do a $6.99 crate. This is one I made actually a couple nights ago. Let me go ahead and go through this then. I have not been through this one, but this is not one I made tonight. So let's go ahead and go through it then. I still got a backlog of all these $6.99 crates. I have so many to go through. We're going to try to go through at least one or two tonight. And let's go through that. Chris DeMoss wants George Thorogood. Shane Devers gets to buy it now, as so does Thomas Hujar. So first, let me pull the George Thorogood for $9.99. I don't think we have anything. We don't have but just 2 auctions left over from tonight. Oh, man, I forgot to auction the War. I'll have to do that tomorrow. That's a very cool auction. I may give you all a sneak peek of it. I got a really rare War record. It's a promotional package, actually. Shane Devers gets the Willie for $10, Tanner, as a buy it now. And Thomas Hujar gets the Beatles for $20. Ella Double is Jetstream, not Jeddick. Yes, but also Jeddick wanted Duke Ellington. He was third, though. Actually, he was third on that record. Jetstream, you got it. Dave Plunkett wants the Benson Burner for $9.99. That was in the previous $9.99 bin. Let's pull that. Very cool. I love that. It looks like his guitar's on fire. No 45s. Let me see what I can do about that. See if I can find some to auction. Let me grab this crate right here, Tanner, and see what's in here. All right next to my G.I. Joe stuff. Let's see here. How about Dire Straits and Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. That's about VG Plus or EX. And Dire Straits, The Walk of Life. That is near mint and pristine. Those are $5 starts. $5 starts. Those are up for auction. Okay, now everything in here is going to be $6.99. $6.99. Roy Orbison, Laminar Flow in shrink wrap. $6.99. Roy Orbison. The King of Comedy soundtrack. Music by Ricky Lee Jones, Van Morrison, B.B. King, Rick Ocasek from The Cars, Talking Heads. That's a gold stamp promo, $6.99. Joe Jackson, Night and Day, $6.99 for Joe Jackson. Any Which Way You Can soundtrack, Clint Eastwood, $6.99 in shrink wrap. The Red Foley Story, that's on Decca Records, 2LP. It's actually an MCA repress, $6.99. Evans at 5 on Dire Straits, and so is Ken. Chris DeMoss wants the King of Comedy for $6.99. Spyro Gyra, Access All Areas. That is $6.99. Shane Devers on Clint Eastwood. I've got 5 Clint Eastwood autographs. I don't think any of them are legitimate. I think they're secretarial signatures. I'm about to send them all to either JSA or PSA. I found some more last night. And I know if those come back, Clint's a very desirable autograph. And as always, I'll say this, I don't want to be morbid, but whenever he does pass away, his stuff will definitely be sought after. But we have some pretty cool Clint Eastwood autographs if they're legitimate. But he was known, or his autograph is known for a lot of secretarial signatures, so I don't have my hopes too high. But what's going on with this Abbey Road up here? Oh, that's that promo copy. We'll definitely show that another night. We got a promo Abbey Road and the war. Yeah, I'll do that. We got some killer stuff. Tomorrow is, I hadn't really even said this. Tomorrow night is a big night. We got a lot of premium stuff to sell tomorrow night. Very, very premium records, including some Japanese stuff. I've got some odd promotional stuff. I might even bring out some autographs you've never seen before. I do have some autographs that are definitely legitimate that I don't have to have authenticated that I will guarantee. I actually got Andy Griffin's, as in the Andy Griffin Show. I've got some of his checks. And I've got some of Don Knotts' checks, canceled checks. They're definitely legitimate autographs. I might bring out some of that stuff tomorrow night because we're going to have kind of a premium sale advertised for tomorrow night. Be sure you're tuned in. Where's the rare psych? It is probably in Paul's collection. Let's see here. Clint Eastwood Jetstream gets Spyro Gyra. Denise, you were second on the Clint Eastwood. Evans at 6 on Dire Straits. Ken's at 7. Everything in here is $6.99. The best of Chad and Jeremy, $6.99. The best of Chad and Jeremy. Carla Bonoff is in shrink wrap. Wild Heart of the Young, $6.99 on Carla Bonoff. Carla Bonoff Restless Nights with the Trouble Again hype sticker. $6.99 on that. Rick Derringer, Good Dirty Fun. Rick Derringer is $6.99. John and Vangelis, that is John Anderson of Yes. John and Vangelis, the Friends of Mr. Cairo, $6.99 on that. Carly Simon, Another Passenger, $6.99 on Carly Simon. Dave Mason, Alone Together, that is $6.99. It is on black vinyl, gatefold cover. Dave Mason, $6.99. Rich Shockley on Vangelis, rocking the Guess Who. It does have a sod corner. Orange RCA original label, $6.99. Evan, let me know if you're in or out on Dire Straits. And if anybody wants Michael Jackson, it's a $5 buy now. Actually, we got a third bidder on Dire Straits. John Duran's at 8. Michael Jackson's just a $5 buy now. Noel Harrison is $6.99. That was originally $20. Gordon Lightfoot, this is $6.99. No condition notes on that. Gordon Lightfoot and Seals and Croft, Taking It Easy. Original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl gatefold, $6.99. Dire Straits, 8 now 10. Larry Smith gets the Michael Jackson for $5. Also, I'm going to open these up. Our only 2 Japanese records left tonight. I was looking for $35 starts. We had an offer already on Hank Williams. I don't know if they're still watching. If anybody wants to make offers on these, I would love to sell those last 2 Japanese records, and that will pretty much wipe us out again of more Japanese until more is delivered. So make offers, or you can go ahead and buy them now. Larry Smith got Michael Jackson for $5. Back to the $6.99 bin. Elvin Bishop, Live, Raising Hell. That's now just $6.99. The Fisher Fidelity Standard, a low-distortion musical program source for evaluating high-fidelity equipment. That's a test record, $6.99. Tommy Flowers gets the Elvin Bishop for $6.99. JoJo Gunn, Jumpin' the Gun. JoJo is $6.99. Dave Edmonds, get it. Dave Edmonds is $6.99. Hits of the Mercy Era, Volume 1, $6.99, the Mercy Era. That would be like Gary and the Pacemakers, Billy J. Kramer, Celia Black, the Hollies, $6.99. $6.99. Kelly Bagwell on JoJo Gunn. We have Juice Newton, Can't Wait All Night, in shrink wrap with hype sticker. Juice Newton is $6.99, and Juice Newton Old Flame, that's also in shrink wrap. The new Commander Cody Band, Rock and Roll Again, $6.99. So John and Evan, y'all are both out on Dire Straits. Ken has that for $10, and it's a final call if you want to bid. Final call. Let's auction. Let's actually put 3 together. Let's put 3 together. We have Whitney Houston, the Pointer Sisters, and Billy Ocean. Let's do a $10 start on these 3. Whitney Houston, One Moment in Time from the '88 Summer Olympics album. Whitney Houston. Near Mint, Pointer Sisters, Dare Me, and Billy Ocean from the 20th Century Fox motion picture, Jewel of the Nile. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. If you want to bet on those, just put 45s, $10. $10 start for all three of those, including a Whitney Houston from the 88 Summer Olympics. John's out on Dire Straits. We're about to sell that for 10. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, New Blood, $6.99 on that. Jackson Brown, Late for the Sky, $6.99 on Jackson Brown. Pure Prairie League, Two-Lane Highway, and Randy Newman, Little Criminals. I accidentally grabbed two there. Those are both EX Plus to Near Mint Minus, $6.99. Richie Havens, The Great Blind Degree. Richie Havens is just $6.99. That's an earlier record of his, 1971, $6.99. Harry Nilsson, Sandman, $6.99 on that. And The Motels, careful. The Motels, Original Inner Sleeve, $6.99 on The Motels. Chet Atkins, Stay Tuned. Chet Atkins is $6.99. And Blood Rock Passage, Original Orange Capital Label, $6.99 on Blood Rock Passage. The Outlaws, Playing to Win, $6.99. And Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, Sailing. Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, Sailing, $6.99. Ken Heinstein gets the Dire Straits for $10. If anybody wants these 345s, it's now a buy it now. You can get all three of those for $10. I'll put them right over here. Todd Tipton gets Blood, Sweat, and Tears for $6.99. That's sold to Todd Tipton for $6.99. Kali maybe. Pancal. That is $6.99 for Kali Kyle. I don't know a lot about that one. The Blue Sky Boys. Definitely some bluegrass, $6.99. Todd Tipton doesn't want Blood, Sweat, and Tears. He wants Blood Rock Passage. That's sold to Todd Tipton. Got that one fixed. The Beach Boys Love You is a VG Plus for $6.99. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. Wow. VG copy, half off at $6.99. Preston will take the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Nope. That was Blue Sky Boys. There's a lot of B's in here. Blue Sky Boys. That's sold to Preston Rose for $6.99. No takers on those 45s. Chris B. Jack wants the Bob Dylan for $6.99. Those 345s. The Flamin' Lips. Interesting. The Flamin' Lips. Let's put this up for auction. Is this a Japanese picture disc? It has Japanese writing on it. It looks like it's numbered. The Flamin' Lips Fight Test, and thank you, Jack White, from the EP Fight Test. Also appears on Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, one of their most biggest albums. That's a $15 start. Flamin' Lips picture disc, 7-inch. $15 start on the Flamin' Lips. And what else do we have in here? See if there's... I'm in one of these like hardcore... Ooh, it's Bruce Springsteen. I know Bruce. Bruce Springsteen, Rocky Ground. This was originally a 2012 record store day. Let's start this at $15. Also a big markdown on that. Bruce Springsteen, Rocky Ground, $15 start on that. Evan's already in on Flamin' Lips at $15. In the $6.99 bin, we still got Magic Style of Pat Raleigh. Pat Raleigh is $6.99. Ray Anthony, Jam Session at the Tower, the Capitol Records headquarters. Boy, I'd like to have been able to walk around in there in about 19... Imagine walking around in the Capitol Records headquarters in about 1966, all the Beatles stuff laying around and other Capitol artist stuff, memorabilia. Ken put Flamin' Lips, 16. Ken's in on the Flamin' Lips at 16. Portrait of the Originals, big markdown on that, major markdown. $6.99 on the Originals. Dunn and McCashin is sealed for $6.99. The Buddy Holly Story soundtrack is just $6.99. Also, Hooked on Swing, that's $6.99. We have multiple bidders now on the Flamin' Lips. Here at last, the Bee Gees Live. $6.99. I rarely say this. I'm actually cold. I'm going to turn the air conditioning up or down. I'm going to turn the temperature up. I'm going to turn the temperature up, which I guess is turning the AC down. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, Tanner? Flamin' Lips is at 18. Burt Jordan gets the Bee Gees for $6.99. Evans at 19 on the Flamin' Lips. This looks like Melanie. It is. Photograph. Melanie is $6.99. We also have Gordon Lightfoot, Don Quixote. That's a VG copy for $6.99. Stephen Stills 2, no condition notes on that, $6.99. The Jubilators, Togetherness, $6.99. on sale price. The Biff Rose, half live at the bidder end. Biff Rose is $6.99. Ira Landsman is the new high bidder on the Flaming Lips at $20. The Gary Burton Quartet is $6.99. Telly Savalas is sealed $6.99. And Music of the Carousel. If you put that on, it will sound like carousel music. It'll sound like you're at the carnival in 1961. You crank that up and your neighbors will have no idea what's going on in your house. Let's make the Bruce Springsteen a $15 buy it now. And keep in mind, when we originally showed that in April, we had it marked for $26.99. So Bruce Springsteen's a $15 buy it now. Jack Hewitt wants the Carousel record. Tanner, that's $6.99. And John Lill gets the Bruce Springsteen single for $15. Flaming Lips is at $20. Ken High stands out. And What's the Stephen Stills in the Last Crate? That was the best of Stephen Stills. Very nice copy. It was a very nice copy for $9.99. The Ray Anthony Tower record for Chris Ferrara. That's right here for $6.99. Now, I'm very quickly going to read through these. I'm probably going to hold off on another $6.99 bin so I can do a recap of everything from tonight. I want to do a recap of everything from tonight, which is when I condense it, it will only be one crate of vintage and pretty much just one crate of new vinyl. And the new vinyl, you definitely, if you miss new vinyl tonight, we have like 6 waiting lists. You will want to see that. So let me go through these one more time. Final call on the Flaming Lips. Ira Landsman, new bidder tonight, new buyer, is at $20 on that. I think Evan's out and Ken's out, so that's a final call for $20. Let me take a look at what else is in this bin of 45. There's been some interesting stuff. Franz Ferdinand, that's interesting. And the Strokes, that's interesting. Yeah, I remember buying these. Oh, that's pricey. Wow. Both of these are pricey. I'm going to reduce them. And see if we get some bids. Franz Ferdinand, I'll even tell you what we had them stickered for. Franz Ferdinand Takeout is a 2004 UK. We had it marked for $35. I will start it for $20. Franz Ferdinand, $20 start. $20 start. We had that marked for $35. Let's go ahead and sell the Flaming Lips for $20 to Ira Landsman. And the Strokes someday, and I'm sure Paul marked all these. I'm sure these are very competitive with Discogs sold prices. So a lot of these are marked, probably what we could get for them on Discogs. This is the Strokes. It's 2002 on yellow vinyl. 2002 on yellow vinyl. $55 start on that. We had it marked for $75. $55 on the Strokes. $20 on Franz Ferdinand. And Larry Smith said he'll take these 345s. And Tanner, those were $10. We'll put Billy Ocean in a sleeve for you. Here's what's left in the $6.99 bin. Roy Orbison, Joe Jackson, The Red Foley Story, The Best of Chad and Jeremy, Carla Bonoff, Rick Derringer, Carly Simon, Dave Mason, The Guess Who, Gordon Lightfoot, Noel Harrison, Seals and Croft, the Fisher Fidelity Standard, Hits of the Mercy Era, Dave Edmonds, Juice Newton, Commander Cody, Jackson Brown, Pure Prairie League, Randy Newman, Richie Havens, Nielsen. I'm actually going to listen to Richie Havens tonight if nobody buys it. I don't think I've listened to that one. There's the Motels for WVU Mounties. Hendry wants the Joe Jackson. No condition notes on that one either. That's $6.99. Burt Jordan gets the Rick Derringer for $6.99. Everything in here is $6.99, including Chet Atkins, The Outlaws, the Sutherland Brothers, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Kylie. Debbie Blair wants RH. RH was Richie Havens. Well, Debbie, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to that album, and then it's not going to end up on your invoice, and I probably won't sell it to you. Chet Atkins is sold to Burt Jordan. I'm hoping you'll eventually forget about the Jim Croce CD. Right, Tanner? Debbie's just going to forget about that, and it's just going to disappear. Burt Jordan on Chet Atkins. Larry Smith was second. Let's go ahead and tag this to Debbie Blair for $6.99. There's Richie Havens. Billy Underwood wants Gary Burton and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. There's Billy Underwood on Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Gary Burton is still in here. Let me find Gary Burton. Well, y'all are wiping these out all of a sudden. What was Gary Burton? What was that? Was that something still in here? Ira Landsman, you were second on that. What was Gary? That might be something I hadn't got to yet. $6.99. Nielsen. Might be something I hadn't got to yet. The Beach Boys, Pat Raleigh, The Originals, Dunn and McCashin, The Buddy Holly Story, Hooked on Swing, Melanie, Gordon Lightfoot, Stephen Stills, The Jubilations, Biff Rose. There's Gary Burton. That hadn't got to it yet. That's also sold to Billy Underwood, and Telly Savalas was sealed. All right, I'm going to make these buy it nows. I'm going to lay them over here so I put them on Discogs tonight. The Strokes is a $55 buy it now, and Franz Ferdinand is a $20 buy it now. And that might be something we get posted on Discogs, because those are pretty pricey just to be for a 45 just casually laying around over here. Here's another Strokes, and here's another Franz Ferdinand, but I don't think we have the collectors for those on here tonight. I got a couple more original 45s here. We have Aha, The Human League, and who else can we put in that? Debbie Gibson, and we'll go ahead and do Jody Watley too. Let's do some 80s. We'll do the 80s lot of 45s. Aha, Human League, Jody Watley, and Debbie Gibson. $10 for all four of those. $10 for all four of those. Starting bid. Now, if anybody decides you want anything else in the $6.99 bin, just let me know. It's right here behind me. It's within arm's length. Now, I got to do a little bit of condensing for the 3 crates of vintage we had tonight. Here was the first crate. I think I can fit everything very easily. And if you've been sticking around, I'm going to offer everything at slightly discounted prices. Key word on that is slightly. We're going to go through the EX Plus near mint stuff first. And before we do that, so I have your attention just a little bit longer, let me go through what's left of the new vinyl and remind you. And I'm going to remind you of I'm also going to remind you of all the waiting list we have, because there's several. But this bin was packed, and this is all that's left with new vinyl. John Duran's at 80s. The songs, let me read you the songs. Aha is Stay on These Roads. These are the hits or the A-sides. Human League is Red, and Fascination. Why does it say Red? Fascination, yeah. Fascination, that's their hit song. Keep Feeling. Jody Watley, Don't You Want Me, and Debbie Gibson, Lost in Your Eyes. Those are all up for bid. John Duran's at 10 on the 80s. First thing we had is the new Zach Bryan album, Summertime Blues. Zach Bryan is $29.99. And it also has a song with Charles Wesley Godwin, Jamie. $29.99, Summertime Blues, Zach Bryan. The new Turnpike Troubadours, A Cat in the Rain. If anybody needs me to read pre-orders, let me know, because about everything I'm showing in here, we had a lot of pre-orders. There's a whole page, there's a whole page, there's another whole page, and there's a half a page. So lots of pre-orders on tonight's stuff. If you're not for sure if you got on the pre-order, let me know so you don't miss out on it. Some of these, just like most new vinyl, when it's gone, it's gone. Turnpike Troubadours, A Cat in the Rain. That is $29.99. And Sherry Darnell, if you're watching, I've had this over here for a while. Turnpike Troubadours, Sherry Darnell. You wasn't on the pre-order, but I'm pretty sure you did want that. Turnpike Troubadours is $29.99. Okay, last copy of the new Alice Cooper album, $44.99. That's on red marbled vinyl. That's Road. That's $44.99. Final call in the 80s lot. John Duran's at $10. This is called Last Armageddon. That is a Japanese video game soundtrack. $64.99, new and sealed. The Picard soundtrack finally came in. These would have been sold out, but a couple people that was waiting on it went ahead and picked it up elsewhere. But he still bought one from us anyway, which was Paul Brothers. Thank you, Paul. And if anybody else wants one, I've got 2 left. It is a gatefold. This was hard to get. This was actually hard to get for a while for any Star Trek fans. That's $44.99. This is a new Sly and the Family Stone compilation. Stone sold The Origins of Sly and the Family Stone, $48.99. The Rarely Heard Roots of Sly and the Family Stone, 14 hard-to-find tracks, 7 for the first time on vinyl. That's $48.99, new. And we have a new restock of Pink Floyd, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, in mono, $33.99. Now, there were several waiting lists. I'm just going to let you know about them. If you're interested, I can tell you more. The big thing was the Now Playing Greatest Hits. There's a new series that come out this week called Now Playing, and they're all greatest hits. They're all $28.99 single LPs. Rat, Dokken, Gordon Lightfoot, Notorious B.I.G., and I think we had one more. Those are all waiting lists, especially Rat and Dokken. Those were the 2 biggest ones, $28.99. Also Montrose. Alanis Morissette is a waiting list. The Aerosmith box sets are in. Of course, I read the pre-order on that. Yeah, and what was the other one? We have Rat Greatest Hits and then Star Trek. That's all the new vinyls. So that is there. I had a Neil Young that I thought you had a Neil Young. You had a Neil Young of that, I thought. Let's sell these 80s 45s to John Duran for $10. Joshua, I'm going to read that again, but I don't know if I'm quite getting what you were trying to say right there. I'm actually going to condense this with the first crate of new vinyl. We can actually condense a crate of new vinyl. I don't do that too often, but we have sold quite a bit tonight. So that is sold. That is sold. And let's go through this crate right here. So here's all of tonight's newest vintage stuff. All buy it now, best offer. Any stop making sense. I think I got one copy, Thomas. I think I got one copy. I got one copy on that. Let me go over here and take a look. I've got that crate set aside. That's some of this week's newest new stuff. I'm trying to keep it all together so I can make a flip crate. Third Eye Blind. I got one copy left. Stop Making Sense. It's $49.99. Yep, all the newest stuff is right over here. Trying to keep all that together. All right. So, these are tonight's newest vintage arrivals. Buy it now, best offer. Song of the Bailing Men. Perry Ubu, $27.99. Perry Ubu. Also, Dan Seals, Won't Be Blue Anymore, $9.99. Direct disc recording, Charlie Bird. That's like an audiophile type Charlie Bird, $29.99. Thomas Hujar says he'll take the Talking Heads. If anybody else wants one of those, I now need to order more. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming, $24.99 for Bob Dylan. Deep Purple, made in Europe. Deep Purple's $26.99. Neil Diamond, Serenade. Neil Diamond is $14.99. A very, very nice copy of Eric Clapton's Slow Hand. $34.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. As time goes by, Nancy Ames, $9.99. Go for Your Guns, the Isley Brothers, $19.99. Elton John, Jump Up, $24.99 for Elton John, Jump Up. The Oak Ridge Boys, Room Service, $9.99. The Mothers of Invention, absolutely free, $69.99. Let me pull a couple more auctions for you, just to keep everything interested in the background. Don't want anybody like their eyes getting heavy on us. Let's do a Aerosmith self-titled, and let's do a Beatles Yesterday and Today. Just going to be $25 starts on these, and they probably shouldn't be. This is the Beatles Yesterday and Today, the famous album, which is known for the Butcher cover. This is an Apple stereo reissue, so it's on the Apple label. Great compilation of music, though. Yesterday and Today is a fantastic listen. Yesterday, Dr. Robert, I'm Only Sleeping and Your Bird Can Sing. Those are songs from Revolver. One reason I definitely like it. Nowhere Man, What Goes On, If I Needed Someone. Also some songs there from Rubber Soul. $25 start. It's a very clean copy, about a VG Plus cover. And then Aerosmith, their debut self-titled album featuring Dream On, like the cover says. $25 start on Aerosmith. $25 start on the Beatles, and $25 start on Aerosmith self-titled. Those should definitely get bids. These are all buy it now, best offer, new arrivals from tonight. Another Perry Ubu, that's a 1988 UK, $27.99 on that. Friday Night in San Francisco, $24.99. Dan Seals on the front line, that was in shrink wrap for $9.99. Burt Jordan's in on Aerosmith at $25. Hawkwind, still available. Quark, Strangeness, and Charm, 77 US OG, $49.99. Hawkwind. Chubby and the Gang, Speed Kills. It actually has the crayons with it. It's a punk record, $29.99. It's in shrink wrap. Morrissey, surprisingly still available. Morrissey is $24.99. Olay ELO is $19.99. Electric Light Orchestra. Olay ELO, $19.99. ELO, A New World Record. Back-to-back ELO. Somebody asked about those earlier. Maybe if they're still watching, I'll do a bundle deal. Elvis Sings Hits from his movies, $9.99 on that. We still have the Pink Floyd Final Cut, $39.99. Billy Eckstine and Sarah Vaughan is $19.99. 1959 Deep Groove Mono. Brick is a top copy, very nice, on the Bang label, $14.99. Kitaro, The Light of the Spirit. Kitaro is $14.99. Sweetwater, Just For You. Sweetwater's $12.99. Also, Roberta Flack, Quiet Fire. That's in shrink wrap. The vinyl's VG, $9.99. Booker T and the MGs is a VG Plus, $14.99. Tommy Flowers says he'd give $10.99 for Brick. Sell that to Tommy Flowers for $10.99. Final Call on Aerosmith for $25. Final call to get a bid in on the Beatles at 25. Blood Feast. This is Face Fate. It has a signed insert by Mike Batson, $49.99. Brent Robley's in on the Beatles at 25. Little Brother Montgomery, VG plus $9.99. That's a French pressing. Shadows of Night, Gloria, EX $49.99. An original 66 stereo. Chicago Transit Authority. The cover has some damage. It has some water damage. It is the second label, $24.99, EX condition. Chicago's first album. Great music on there, of course. Heart was a VG minus, $9.99. VG minus. It is Dreamboat Annie. UFO also has some water damage on the cover. VG plus vinyl, $14.99. Fantasy is a VG plus $14.99. That's Jazz Rock Prague. VG plus $14.99. The Chambers Brothers, the classic, Time Has Come. That's VG plus for $14.99. And King Crimson, Lark's Tongues in Aspic, VG plus $19.99. First time I showed this crate, I was like, these right here should all be sold. UFO is Force It. The vinyl's VG plus, the cover's VG minus, $14.99. 25 and 25. Burt Jordan gets Aerosmith for 25, and Brent Robley gets the Beatles for 25. Those are going to new homes, 25 and 25. Buddy Miles Express is a VG copy for $11.99. The band Northern Lights is VG plus $19.99. The Dales, Love is Blue, VG plus $16.99. Waiting for Columbus, Little Feat, VG plus $19.99. Al Di Meola, Elegant Gypsy, VG plus $12.99. Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free, EX $17.99. Leon Russell, VG $9.99. Supercussion is EX $9.99. Also Edgar Winter Entrance, EX $17.99. Charlie Daniels Band, Midnight Wind, VG plus $14.99. The Mamas and Papas was VG for $11.99. Deep Purple Machine Head, VG $14.99. Burbank label, it does have the lyric insert. Also Bill Haley and the Comets, Greatest Hits, VG plus $11.99. This is a rare jazz fusion record called New Jazz Quintet, VG plus $34.99. Aretha Franklin, that's one we don't see very often. It's called Take a Look, EX condition, $27.99. It's on Columbia, re-released by popular demand on this brown Columbia record. Burt Jordan wants the Deep Purple, which was Machine Head. We also have the band, music from Big Pink. Really surprised that's still here. $27.99, VG plus condition. Sel Brin, Aretha Franklin for $22. Also, Al Green, Have a Good Time, VG plus $19.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, EX $27.99. That's Volume 2. And Blue Cheer was EX $54.99. Blue Cheer Vinces Abruptum. Okay. If there will be nothing else, as in any request, or Chad, do you have this? Chad, do you still have that? Chad, can you get this? Or Chad, can you get that? I'm going to go ahead and say we'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Thomas, you were second on Aretha, by the way. Brent was first. That was all that's left from New Vintage Arrivals. We wiped out 2 other complete crates. I had 4 crates of on-sale records. If I condense all those, they'll condense down to 1. So we sold like 3 full crates of on-sale records. Chad, can you get that? I will try. JJ Kill. Jeffrey, none that I can put my hands on. Do we have them? Probably. We have bins like this. We have 150. If you took everything out of our actual store bins, we probably have 300 price crates of records, and nothing's in order. So it's just one of those things that could pop up any night. Chris, I don't want to discount the band too much. This thing's usually sold, but I will sell it to you for $25. I'll sell it to you for $24.99. $24.99 on that, half off. Not tonight. 2 reasons. I really don't know what I've done with the crate, and I think everybody's got a little sleepy on me. I'll try to do it a little bit earlier tomorrow night. I'll try to do the on-sale crate before 10:30. We went through a great crate there. I only got a few offers. I think the 101 people watching right now, I think their eyes are getting a little heavy. Chad's getting a little hungry, more importantly. More importantly, Chad's getting hungry. Plus, we try to stop at 11. Go any later than this, I don't want y'all to like oversleep and miss work and then lose your job and then not be able to buy records. We don't want that. Do you have Post by Bjork in? We just got that in today. We just got that in today. somebody claimed it. Do you remember the name of the LP? The big LP company grading is called Intuned. Intuned or Intuned. That's the one that Heritage Auctions is using. So if Heritage is using them, they're probably pretty reputable. If you look up Golden Auctions, they've got some really high-end sealed record stuff that's already bid up into the thousands. They're using a different company too. So if those two companies are using them, then they're pretty reputable. I think I'm going to send in some stuff just to see. It's like $75, $50. It's not cheap, but I think I'm going to send in some stuff just to see how it works and see what kind of grades we get. Chad, can you get me an OG copy, Save His Milk? Thanks. I will be on the lookout, Sean. I will be on the lookout. Got any banana splits? I've got 2 copies. We were holding those for Wayne Titsworth before he died. I'm going to keep one and have it framed, and then the other one, I'm going to eventually put it out for sale. So, any Susie and the Banshees? None. No, that would probably be an instant seller. Any chance you got a complete copy of Tori Amos, the piano, or From Russia with Love with the camera? No, I don't. Any Motorhead? Now, Motorhead I might have. I've got Ace of Spades usually in stock. I keep a couple new Motorhead albums in stock. I don't know if I have any over here in the M's. Let me check the M department very quickly. Also, I meant to show this earlier. We showed a Matchbox 20 earlier tonight, and we had like 5 people back up, and I have all kinds of them over here. Motorhead, Moby, Gary Moore, Alanis Morissette. I've got 2 Motorhead albums. And let me know, I need to put those right back behind Alanis Morissette. I have Motorhead self-titled for $33.99 and Motorhead Overkill. Sorry, I just ran into everything, knocked it over. Motorhead self-titled is $33.99 and Motorhead Overkill is $26.99. That's the only 2 I have in stock, Overkill and self-titled. Usually I have a copy of Ace of Spades somewhere. If you for sure want one, I can find it or I can order it for you. I want a Clint Eastwood autograph. Well, they're not cheap. His autographs kind of start at $500 and go up, I think, if they're authenticated. But if I have one and it's real, in the next few months, we'll have it here for auction. Chris Ferrara takes the band for $25. Chris said he will take that for $24.99. Susie and the Banshee Records, they don't have a lot of studio albums in print. And then also, their OG stuff sells very quick. Any Alex G. No Alex G. I don't think I've maybe ever had that. Make sure everybody's in our group. I'm going to make some flip crates for sure. I've been saying that for a couple shows now. But I'm definitely going to make some flip crates of some records that was left over tonight. And I'll probably add to them. I'll probably add to them so y'all can watch. You won't think you're seeing the same stuff. I'll probably add to those. And we'll be back tomorrow night. Now, tomorrow night's a premium night. We're going to have a lot of new vinyl. We're going to have a lot of stuff to auction. We're going to hopefully have a Japanese shipment come in because these Japanese shipments, when they've been showing up, they're pretty much gone. I don't think we have anything left anymore. So, all righty. So, if there'll be nothing else, see y'all tomorrow night. I'm going to start pricing 45s finally. And some other trinkets. We might have some cool trinkets tomorrow night. Kiss collectibles, guitar picks, etc., etc. All right. See y'all then.